G'day, or good morning. It should be Sunday morning now. It's 1:25 a.m. on the 30th of the 11th month, November 2014. And it's almost, I think, I'll just check the calendar here. The calendar. Yeah. It'll be another 16 days until Elite Dangerous is released to the backers and probably the public as well. If you've bought the game at any level, Mercenary Edition, Beta, Gamma, including the all the box version or whatever. I got the radio working as well. It sounds like the cars. Rico Classic, I think. Classic American radio, 105.7 The Hawk. I can't find any good radio stations in Australia, my home country, where I am now. I turned on the radio, the actual physical radio we have in our lounge room, and I can't find anything. It just plays shit. There's nothing like whatever happened to FM 104 or 4IP or whatever. Have they been replaced, taken over? I'm not sure. But what was I going? Earlier this evening. I was talking about my collection of The Walking Dead graphic novels that I was almost halfway through reading at some stage, and it's been so long I may have to start all over again if I want to get back into it, but not right now. It's so hard for me to invest my attention, focus. I have trouble focusing. Anyway, I was showing off. I showed off one. No, that's not one. That's 11. What am I? Oh, there it is. I'll just quickly show them all because I didn't manage to do that in the last one, in the last video. Days Gone By, The Walking Dead. If you're not familiar with the story, it starts with on a road on the outskirts, possibly on the outskirts of Atlanta. Rick, whatever his last name is, I don't know. I think Rick is in a police car talking to Shane, the other cop, his buddy, who's been secretly sleeping with his wife as well. I think he was starting to get friendlier with her, but you find out later on that that's what he ended up doing after the Walker epidemic hits, which is what happens. No one knows why, but everyone started turning into zombies. Perhaps it was an airborne virus or some radiation that got released worldwide that infected everybody, which is what we find out later on in the series. Everyone is a zombie already. They only have to die for it to happen. And when they die, they rise from the dead, rotting, smelly rotting, and slow shuffling attacking only the living by some sense. I don't know. They often walk around in herds of walkers, groups. Sometimes they just walk along the highway or through the fields alone together, and they just sometimes they sit down and just maybe that's what they do when they haven't eaten in a while. They just sit down and do nothing. But they often stir when something walks by, either another walker or a person. Um, anyway, I'll continue showing the Heart's Desire. I think that's the first one. Days Gone By. That's where it all starts. Um, uh, Volume 2. Miles Behind Us. Volume 3. Safety Behind Bars. That must be when they find the prison. The Heart's Desire. What is the Heart's Desire? The best defense. The best defense is offense. The Walking Dead. A Sorrowful Life. The Walking Dead. The Calm Before. The Calm Before the Storm? That's that's actually Rick on the front. Rick, the cop, the ex-cop, the main protagonist of the story. He doesn't look like much like that in the television show. He's got dark hair. It's kind of wavy, curly, or kind of frizzed out hair. He does grow a beard later on, like this guy here. But it's he's kind of got sandy hair. By the looks, he looks like he has sandy or red, light red hair. That's Laurie. That must be Laurie's wife, who had a baby, possibly his or Shane's. He doesn't. By that stage, he didn't care, because if it made his wife happy, and I guess that's what love means. But there's a picture of how that kind of looks more like him there. That's Rick, his wife Laurie, and Carl. Yeah, Carl. Um, am I up to 7 yet? 7, 8, 8. That's a picture of the governor there. He's yeah, he looks like the textbook villain. Dark hair and mustache. One eye missing and a patch. Kind of like a pirate. He looked, television version is, well, he seemed more, he seemed less like an outlaw on the surface, but his actions, betrayed him as the same person. But, interesting thing, both him, I don't know their real names, but both him and Rick, actually I could look it up here. Oh, here it is. Andrew Lincoln, who was Rick Grimes, that's his full name, and have they got his name here? They might have the governor's real name. That might it's Philip, I think. He said his name was Philip. Damn. Both of them are British actors. They're both from the UK. You can actually. Rick's actually very good at hiding his English accent, but the guy who plays the governor, you can tell he's British. There's just that, I don't know, something about his voice. It kind of sounds mid. It kind of sounds like transatlantic. When I guess when a man from the UK moves to America and has been living there for a while, that's how they sound. Or a New England accent, I guess. Who knows? I can't find him. I just have a list of names I don't know. Damn. Don't know his name. There. I'll just click on the governor here. I found it. David Morrissey, that's his name. Typical. It sounds very British, the name. 8. 9. Here we remain. That's Rick and Carl camping out alone after they escaped the prison, where sadly his wife has been shot by a woman, a markswoman working for the governor, one of his cronies. They camp out alone until they find some houses. Then he does the thing with the phone that he was doing in the prison. He finds a phone in one of the houses and takes it with him, and pretty soon he's actually talking into it, thinking it's Laurie's on the other end, but it's not. And in the television series, actually, the way they did it is you didn't know who was talking, but it was actually all the people who had been killed. And they said that they're looking for other survivors and they can help him. And he kind of got roped into that. He was delusional. Classic song. I can't remember it. He commits suicide though. Smells Like Teen Spirit. Nirvana, yeah. I don't know the name of the singer though. But this is until they run into the other survivors. What's left of them? Glenn and Maggie. I keep forgetting her name. The other woman, the blonde woman who was with Dale and her sister, Amy. Where did I put the... Oh, here it is. I can find it in this book here. Or I can look... I can look it up. I'll be quicker if my internet is a bit slow. Andrea, that's her name. Andrea. Andrea was the other survivor. I think... No, Dale was already killed on the farm. T-Bone didn't make it because he died in the prison. He got killed. Carol's the other survivor. Unlike her comic book counterpart, who just walked up to the zombie they had tethered up in the jail yard and let it bite her. She was that nuts. a- as well as Carly's son. Uh, and let's not get that mixed up. The people from the I'm getting this mixed up. The people from the TV series. There's also Daryl and Merle, but Mel doesn't. They don't run into Mel until they get to Woodbury. And he's actually working for the governor. He's one of his. He's number one, which doesn't happen in the comic. And in the comic, they actually, as soon as they run in, as soon as two of them, I think it was Glenn and Maggie, Glenn the Asian man, Korean I think he is, and Maggie Green, Herschel's daughter, only surviving daughter in the comic. One of his surviving daughters in the television series. Um, yeah, they think they get let into Woodbury and they think they've found another place to stay, and they soon find out very quickly that they're prisoners. And they have these gladiator things at the stadium. They have a proper stadium within the city limits, where they have people doing tough guys mock fighting each other, and they have zombies tethered up real close, so in case they get too close. It's sort of like a ring of zombies around them, so if they get too close to the ring, they might get bitten. It's kind of sick type of entertainment. Well, sick. They did that in the TV series as well. There's not really much of a. It's a more impromptu looking stadium. Only have wooden seats. Anyway, more books. Where am I? Yeah, here we are. Here we remain, and what we become. I don't know what that's about. I think Rick was sick. He was sick, and I think Carl had to find some medicine, and Carl ends up killing some zombies all by himself. I think he took down three of them with his hand weapon. I think he might have had a gun too. He's only just a young boy who had to grow up very fast to survive in this world, and what we become. It looks like Rick is dying and it's going to rise as a zombie, and that's what Carl thought happened. And he kind of panicked because he was lying next to him inside a house. And but he improves, he gets better. And that's how they did in the series as well. Things weren't exactly the same. There's a picture of Andrea again. I'm not sure which is cuter, the Lauren Holden or the girl here. Lauren Holden did suddenly, she seemed okay looking at the start of the series. Towards the end, she started to, it's like, I don't know whether it was makeup or whatever, but it kind of looked like the scenery was eating her a bit. Surely that's just, I think that's just a bit of wear and tear. Possibly from being in the series as long as she was. It should be telling on all of them though. By this stage, Rick has grown a beard, and you can see these young boys growing up as well. But also she doesn't make it that far, and her relationship with Dale was just like surrogate daughter, father. There were no there didn't seem to be any closer ties but she did have a she did get close to Shane and the governor, and it looked like she was going to murder, kill him in his sleep at one stage. That she never, she must have changed her mind at the last moment. But what's this? I don't know who that is. Life Among Them. Too Far Gone. I think they're the Cannibals. I think I stopped reading roughly around about the time, not for long after they ran into Abraham and Eugene and the Puerto Rican woman they were with. The Eugene was carrying a radio where he was supposed to have been in connection with Washington, and he made up a bullshit story that he was actually one of the people, a scientist working on some bio germ warfare, some sort of biological weapon that he claims had something to do with the zombie, the Walker outbreak, and how it all occurred in the first place. And he said that he might have the solution if they can get into Washington. And it turns out that the walkie-talkie didn't even work. It's like the telephone thing with Rick. He was just faking it. No, it didn't even have batteries, the walkie-talkie, and he was just bullshitting them. But I haven't read much beyond that. I don't know what happens afterwards. And I just saw what happens in the television series when Abraham, the other bloke he was with, he has this big handlebar mustache, real tall, powerfully built bloke. And the guy they chose to play him did look a lot. Well, he looked enough like him, I guess, to see a bit of a connection there. As well as the Puerto Rican woman and Eugene as well, kind of a chubby guy with a large chubby guy with a mullet haircut, which they he actually discusses. They actually talk about his haircut in the it was in the last episode. He's talking about um, why he has one, and I think it's kind of I found that kind of amusing. I really have to read this again. But when I'm not so, I'm very distracted at the moment and unfocused. So my drink, my bourbon, Coke. I poured this earlier this evening. Just drinking it very slowly. It's not really affecting me. I just like the taste really. Brings back memories. Anyway, you saw what happens. If you saw the last episode, Abraham just knocks him to the ground, knocks Eugene to the ground. I just call him Mullet Man, Mullet Head Man. Knocks him to the ground after he confesses that he was lying all along, and he doesn't really have a plan or a solution for the zombies and that. Anyway, that's my theory that something happened. Maybe it was a bomb filled with a germ, an airborne germ that can contaminate people when they breathe it in. It must have been spread worldwide. Maybe it took a while. Maybe it awoke, something triggered it, some sort of event, global event. The alignment of planets, a comet. Maybe it came from the trail of a comet passing by. Who knows? But the thing is, it didn't affect people right away. The only people um, that the first to become zombies were anyone that was killed or, or died in a hospital or natural causes, died in their homes or wherever, had an accident